you first started playing football competitively when you were 11 years old. And I just wondered, it's kind of a big question, but I wondered what football, what the game has meant to you in your life.
Oh, I fell in love with it at 11 years old because it was the only sport that was offered at the school that I went to. And because at the grassroots level, you're playing in a mixed team, so it's like co-ed, girls and boys versus another school with a girls and boys team. Um, and we won the championship title. I was named the most valuable player of the league and by 14, I was drafted to the national team, and that was where my real passion for the sport began to grow because I was actually representing my country. And that feeling, the feeling of walking onto the pitch and hearing the FIFA anthem while you're walking, and then, of course, um, standing in two lines with your opposing team, hearing your national anthem play while your hand is on your heart, and just being myself and being able to represent my country was like the pinnacle for me of soccer, of football. And ever since that first time, representing my country and then growing in the sport to the point where I was named the captain of the national team as a trans woman and as a Fa'afafine. I mean, it's a testament to my people, the acceptance that we have, the fact that Fa'afafine have a responsibility and a role in society as opposed to not having one. Um, so yeah, it's just the idea that it's a fun sport. I'm good at it, and I can be myself whilst representing my country. Those are the aspects that really drew me to the sport.
And being the first trans person to be on a national team and to be in a FIFA World qualifying match, and then of course the documentary that came out in 2014, and now this film, as well as being a successful athlete, is put you in the position of being an advocate too, hasn't it? And you've become part of FIFA's kind of diversity panel. And how kind of did you find how have you found taking on that role in addition to being an athlete and a coach?
Gonna be real. I didn't know that it could even be a thing. When I was recognized by FIFA as the first out trans woman to play in a FIFA sanctioned tournament in 2011, I thought, what is that? Out of the more than 200 members who are FIFA affiliated countries in the world, and for the so many years that FIFA was an organized entity, there hasn't been a single person like myself to represent their country. And it had to come from somewhere that is not only one of the smallest countries in the world, but one of the worst, with one of the worst football teams. And to be from that kind of demographic and to have such a huge impact. I didn't realize until the work actually started to roll in that it was a big platform that was created for me, and the responsibility was a big one. And at first it was overwhelming, and I'm not passionate about advocacy. And even till now, after so many years, I'm still learning. It's ever changing. It's a thing that just keeps changing. The narrative changes, our focus changes, and so I struggle at times. But I do think my strength is the best I can do, tell the truth about my identity, about where I'm from, and my experiences, and hopefully inspire people. And that's just been the basis of my advocacy work so far, and it's gotten me to a lot of places.
One of the things that I really love about the film is that we get to see how accepting Jaiyah's teammates are. Your teammates are in the movie,
Yeah.
and I wonder what you think maybe the world could learn from that kind of acceptance in American Samoan culture of Fa'afafine people.
For us, it doesn't feel like acceptance because there's no, it's not, there's no, it's not taboo. there's no stigma, so it doesn't feel like something that we have to pursue, to fight for acceptance. We're just another part of our societies and our communities that live freely, because culturally and traditionally we have roles and responsibilities, and those are the things that allow us to live freely and comfortably the way we are, no matter how different you may feel. So I think the lesson for Western societies is more so how what they can learn from our community in Samoa, and how the Pacific region have a place for us, and in turn we become assets to our communities. We, things like this, we become, um, uh, the first to be something in the world at something, and it's just something that we don't pursue, it just happens.
And this new movie's been sort of in the works for a few years. I wondered when it was being made, did you have a chance to go on set and meet Kaimana, who plays you in the film?
We met Taika in 2016 when in Hawaii, at dinner. He expressed to Steve Jamison and Mike Brett, the directors of the documentary, and myself, that he wanted to do this project. We said, "Have fun, good luck," and then we ate dinner. That was pretty much the beginning of what this project is now. Um, I didn't feel like I should be involved a lot in this project, only because I understood that Taika's version of Jaiyah doesn't necessarily have to be accurate to Jaiyah, the real Jaiyah, and also Kaimana was, I want her as her debut to be, to have the freedom to of course take direction from Taika, but also be herself a little in her acting, and that's, you basically get that in, from Kaimana's character in the movie. Not a lot of it is accurate, but a lot of the experiences that she has in the film are accurate to trans realities, trans experiences, also all the good things as well of the Fa'afafine experience. So yeah, I'm just happy that it all turned out. I mean, even in real life, in the documentary, I was just one character in a series of characters that made the documentary flow. But Taika was generous enough to give Jaiyah, or his Jaiyah, a lead role, and a very consistent role throughout the film. And to even be the hero of the team, where in the doc I was, because of the last minute slide tackle. But am I giving out too much?
It's based on real events, so I think a lot of people going to the film will
Yeah.
probably know how great you were on the field,
We'll let the audience for themselves.
Yeah. And what was it like? The film premiered in Toronto. So what was that experience like
Oh
of
my
seeing?
gosh.
Yeah, as you say, it's a little bit different, but seeing your character and you up on screen, yeah.
I think my biggest worry was how audiences um, would receive the film. There was more than, I don't even know how many people were at the Toronto.
A couple of thousand at least, I think.
Yeah, yeah, I think it was a 2,000
Yeah.
audience seating. Um, they loved it. They laughed when every time there was a joke. They cried. They cheered even. I mean, that's the beauty of this film and of our story. Um, is it's appealing to different kinds of people. The Soji and Rainbow community, athletes, um, people who love comedies. It's just, it reaches out to so many demographics that at the end of it you come out just feeling so fulfilled and happy. And that was the mission of the movie, to just, or the motto, to be happy.
So my last question for you, and it's for your favorite piece of LGBTQ plus culture. So it could be a film, a book, a TV series, or a play, a musical, something like that, or a person, if you wanted to highlight someone who identifies as LGBTQ plus or Fa'afafine, someone who's had an impact on you and resonated with you over the years.
Of course, the whole sports part of my life was all me. but the advocacy part was when it was new, and when the responsibility started to roll in with all these different jobs and panels, and I really looked to two people. Taffy Maine, who was the executive director of Utopia Washington, and Imania Gabriel, who has done a lot of work with the United Nations and with Safa'a and Sophia's, and in the region with ILGA Oceania and ILGA World. Those two people, not only because they're Samoan, they're Fa'afafine, they're transitioned trans women, but they had the know and the experience of advocacy throughout the years. And so like I really turn to them for mentorship, and I'm grateful for everything that they helped me learn, go through, navigate, experience, so that it could help my journey as an advocate smoother.
Well, Jaiyah, thanks so much. Delight to speak to you, and hopefully see you in New York at some point.
Thank you, James. We'll see you.
Bye-bye.